Okay. Go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode
No.
18, being recorded live on April 25th, 2020. I'm your host, Taylor, and this week I'm, of course, joined.
Oh no, you keep cutting out, Taylor. It's funny as.
Oh, okay.
Not only are you cutting out, but the Discord thing was like he didn't have it full screened when he went
Look.
to our faces.
Shut up. It works. Be happy.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have had a myriad of technical issues that are presently ongoing, so
Yes.
please bear with us as we try to work through this whole thing. Anyway, as previously mentioned, being recorded live on April 25th, 2020. I'm your host, Taylor, and I'm, of course, joined by Anthony.
I am okay, I guess, after all these issues that have been happening. Yeah, I a hole through my
Okay, did he
monitor.
put out for everyone else, or is that just me?
He cut out
Okay.
for everybody else, but hopefully it crossed on the stream side.
It did.
Cool.
So I was like ready to punch my monitor at one stage. And yeah, aside from that, I've been doing quite well. I haven't really been gaming a whole heap. I haven't really played Call of Duty or like Switch or anything. I don't even know what I've been playing. I've been playing some Apex here and there. So I've been playing that with my brother a couple of nights last week. He sucks, as do I, but I'm better, whatever. So got a couple of wins in that, which was nice. Yeah, well, come on.
Shots fired.
Exactly. Got a couple of wins in that, which is nice. There was this one like match that we had where one of us was down, so it was him and a friend of his, and one of us was down, and I think it was other Matt, not you, Matt, but a different Matt. He was like dead, and then don't worry, Matt, you're not good enough. And then so I like went full bore with a Spitfire.
Damn.
And shot someone in the head and like won, so I was happy with that. So
nice.
Wow, you were useful.
I know, right?
Wow.
More useful than you. And aside from that, that's it for me. Yeah, so I haven't really been playing a whole heap of anything else. So yeah.
All right, Andrew, you're here as usual. So hello again, once again. What have you been up to?
Hi. Not much, kind of keeping my eye on the news, see how much longer I have to stay inside. So that's always fun. But gaming wise, let's see here. I've been jumping into Valorant or Valorant. However you want to say it. I don't know. I haven't played Counter-Strike like in a long time. But I like it, it's got a good feel to it. It seems like a mix between like all of the popular esport games. You got the Counter-Strike movement and stuff. You got the Overwatch abilities, and you got a little bit of Siege, and it being like tactical / like shooting through windows and stuff, or windows through like walls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. I don't know. I don't think I'm very good on mouse and keyboard yet. I don't know. Like my movement is bad. I have a bad time. Like, oh wait, what button does what? So I'm still kind of getting my bearings there, but I'm enjoying it. Like people have been mostly positive experiences.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's been too big of a jerk. Some people just leave, and that kind of sucks when you're like 3 against 5 all of a sudden. But my experiences last night were pretty good. Everyone was pretty nice and helpful. I was trying to ask people like how to play and stuff like that, or what this means, and people were generally being nice. So it's been a good experience. I'm definitely gonna go back to it. Game's obviously like closed beta, so they got some work to do. Like, well, I feel like they have work to do. I don't know if it'll get done. Like, I don't particularly like some of the animations are kind of janky. Like the death animation looks bad.
Yeah, the death animations are real bad.
Yeah, the like when people put up a wall, like if you look at the wall like this way, it looks really nice. Like it's got a nice good texture to it. But if you look at it like, like where you put it up, it's just like it's just a skinny like paper thin like wall.
2D texture.
Yeah,
That's weird. Okay.
It just looks weird.
It doesn't have any sort of depth to it.
Yeah, it's really weird. I understand why they do it, because you can kind of like go on either side of it, And if it's too wide, it could like, I don't know, if it does damage, it'll kill somebody. But I don't know, it looks funky, so maybe they'll mess with that.
Sure.
But also like this is a game they want to have like run in like every PC, like right, every laptop. Probably they're trying to get everyone to run this game like League of Legends, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually will change that stuff, but I don't know. It's cool. I'm enjoying it. If you guys get a code, let me know. I'll definitely hop on and play some with you guys.
I need to get a code.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And then I started.
I do not want a code.
You don't want a code?
No, I don't want a
What?
code. I'm not putting that anti-cheat on my computer.
Yeah, it was a
Absolutely
little
not.
weird when I had to like restart my PC to like put
Yeah,
the
that's true.
anti-cheat on there. But like,
Yeah, absolutely not. Nope, sorry.
yeah, it's definitely a little intrusive.
Doesn't it have like kernel level access?
Something
Yes,
like that.
it does.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not great, but like I don't know. It's not like really. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it, but hopefully I don't have to.
I've just heard that it's impacting performance in other games, and that's my biggest gripe. Because like,
well, yeah, because you can't turn it off without having to uninstall the damn thing.
Right.
yeah,
So
which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think any other like even like I didn't even uninstall I uninstalled like Rainbow Six the other day because it's just gigantic and I've been playing it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, do you want to uninstall like our anti-cheat? And I was like, what if I reinstall it? No. Like you can like it's weird. I don't know. Like anti-cheats are so weird. It's kind of odd that not just like one anti-cheat that everyone uses, I guess. But
sure.
whatever. I don't know.
Battle Eye is probably one of the most common.
Oh, really? Okay.
What does Apex use?
I have no idea.
I think they use Punt Buster. It's like I think EA uses Punt Buster.
There's
I remember Battlefield uses Punt Buster too.
Sure.
But like it seems like Valorant's like anti-cheat's pretty good. Like I've watched the stream where like all of a sudden there was a hacker and like game is like disband mid-game. It's like we've detected a hacker in your game, we're closing it down. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like no, you won't be like you don't lose rank or anything like that. It just nulls the game.
Sure. Interesting.
So I thought that was at least kind of cool to see like actual things happening. Like people getting, like I know in like Rainbow Six you just see the list of people getting banned all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny because like mid-game you'll get like 50
some nights where
notifications.
Off too. There's
It's the
some
greatest
nights
thing.
where it just goes off.
Yeah. But like it's like I don't know, like I never had to have it be in a game before, but I guess it's good. But
Okay.
just, like,
Oh, I've had it happen while I was in the game once. It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. I
Dude
could see
wasn't
that
claiming
being
he
fun.
was hacking or anything, and they got banned by Battle Eye.
Nice.
Like, really? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm enjoying. I really like the feel of the game, like flicking around, like the shots is cool. Obviously, it's something new, but like it's new to me, kind of. So it's a fun experience.
Yeah, the mechanics are new to you compared to me.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like I've
Yeah.
so like been playing Call of Duty so much where it's like run, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a walk button, guys. It's the opposite of what I normally do in games. So.
I'm used to a sprint or
I am. I'm definitely holding that sprint button all the time. Now I'm holding the walk button constantly, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but whatever.
It depends.
Yeah. And then I started a new save in Breath of the Wild, so I've been kind of like
Nice.
thinking with that like every night, like an hour or so, just like fiddling with it and seeing how far I get or what I feel like doing in that game. That game's fun.
I need to
forgot
get
how
Breath
much
of the Wild
replay
again.
value.
Yeah, I forgot how like just kind of silly that game can be too. Like just weird stuff happens and
Yeah, you
feel
can
like-
really do like whatever order of anything you want. It's the
Right.
coolest thing.
You can like run straight to the end game, can't you? At some stage.
yeah. But
after
You'll
after
die,
you
right,
do like the
for a while.
first 4, then yeah,
Right.
you could.
I'm still getting one-shotted by like those little guys pretty much. Like if they whack me with like a fire stick, I just am toast. So
Playing on master mode is not a joke sometimes. They
whack.
whack you.
I like how when you die, it just all goes like
Yeah.
everything just freezes. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of touches in that game. I like.
You die.
Yeah. Other than that, it's been
All
pretty
right,
much it.
cool. Well, in case you haven't heard him already, Matt is here as well. So how are you, Matt?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I've been
What?
in terms of games and whatnot, I haven't been playing too much because I've been cranking out a lot of overtime at work right now because they're incentivizing us to work overtime, so I'm taking advantage while it lasts. In terms of
Nice.
games I've been playing, I've mainly been playing some Rainbow Six with a couple of my buddies. Sean Scalise, who works here for the site as the main graphics designer, and friend Andrew Lenz, is not this Andrew, but another one of mine. But we've just been messing around and it's been a lot of fun as of recent. Should I probably stream it? Yeah, but
Will you stream it? No.
will I? We'll find out.
Exactly.
But it's been a ton of fun. We've just been enjoying ourselves playing the game. I'm not taking it too seriously because you shouldn't take yourself seriously in casual. Outside of that,
Yeah.
the occasional CS:GO match in the middle of the night, and for some reason when I get like queued up with people at like midnight or 1 a.m. because I work more of a second shift for people who don't know. I haven't had a bad experience playing at midnight or 1 a.m. Nobody's been an issue. Everybody's pretty chill. Everybody does cool call outs. It's been a good time.
Maybe that's why I've been playing Valorant like pretty late at night as well. Maybe that's part of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All little kitties are off.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. You have to go to school tomorrow.
Yeah, really. They have to
School
go.
night.
They have to go attend Zoom.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna get hacked.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Mostly just a lot of FPSs. Probably gonna start a new run of Doom, but on the hardest difficulty
Sure.
because I like a good.
Nice.
Not the one life difficulty because that's a little too much for
yeah.
me, but just the hardest one.
Like Ultra
which
Nightmare or
Doom?
whatever it is.
Yeah, Ultra Nightmare. I think it's what's called something like that.
Which Doom was it?
The new Doom Eternal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
What-
you have to play that.
Question: which server are we running on Discord?
The U.S. South.
It's absolutely like all you guys are stopping on stream.
Okay.
That's really bad. Dunno if
That'll
I'll-
probably be better for you.
Hello.
That's better
Amen.
across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Until it
it's
goes bad.
Better. Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
No wrong with it. See how it goes. But
Okay.
yeah,
Alright, so we're
pretty
doing
much been FPSs. Taylor, what have you been up to?
Apart from cutting out.
Who?
No.
I said, Taylor, what have you been up to?
Oh, okay. See, the Taylor part didn't go through, so okay. Yeah. All right. So this past week, I just straight up haven't been gaming. Honestly, I have been super wrapped up and involved in optimization. Okay. So we're really trying to work on that for
Yeah.
search engine purposes and everything. Okay. Basically, we have and I'm not making this up, a 6.9 second site load time on mobile. Okay. And we're going off mobile metrics because that's where 80% of our traffic comes from. Okay. Is mobile. So we have a 6.9 second site load time on mobile. I want to get that our competitors have 3 second, 2.5, descending down into like 1.7 or so, 1.3 seconds. Okay.
1.19
I wanna
was the
get-
lowest I saw.
Mm.
Okay. I want to get a sub 2 second site load time on the site. That's my goal. So
Good stuff.
that whole process has been really interesting, researching and whatnot, implementing. So one of the first things is switching over to a content delivery network. The one that we started using is called StatPath, which is up there with Cloudflare in terms of performance and everything. And so, what?
Nothing.
What? Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, StatPath, which is up there with Cloudflare in terms of performance. Once everything propagated and everything moved over, I knew it was working because one, I accidentally banned everyone on the site from posting because of the default security settings for a little bit, and two, broke our mail server also. So
That's
got
not
those
actually
fixed
true.
also.
I could still post.
Yeah, Matt could still access and post as well.
Fascinating. Okay.
But, like, some writers and
Look
stuff.
at me. I am day owner now.
Some writers and stuff
I
couldn't
could
like
too.
save as pending or save as draft. But people could still post, I believe. I just couldn't do anything full stop. Like
Oh,
as soon
okay.
as I would access the site,
You got banned.
you have been banned from blah blah blah. I'm like, what do you mean? It's my site. Shut up. So, that's pretty funny.
Hostile takeover.
Exactly.
Accurate.
Well, you know how to do
Yeah,
it
it's a
now, so-
hostile takeover.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
funny.
Yeah. Which, by the way, have you been getting email?
Yes, I have been. I haven't checked so I've got like two different servers, or two different
Yeah.
apps for mail. So one for mobile and one for desktop. And I've been getting
Okay.
mobile emails, but I haven't checked the desktop one yet. So yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure the Culture of Gaming email domain is still working
Sure.
properly. Okay. Because every place that I see assures me that it should be working properly. So anyway, but if it isn't, we're gonna have problems. All right. Anyway, so there's that, and then let's see. This earlier today, I have like a little to-do board and everything of stuff that needs to happen. So it's like earlier today, after the CDN migration happened, regenerated all the thumbnails on the site and everything. So it's
Currently in
basically
the process of.
there are 5. No, that's already done. The
Oh,
thumbnail
okay.
regeneration is already done. So basically, I trimmed the amount of thumbnails it created, and then cut down everything from there. And then let's see, we've now using HTTPS. So all the inbound links to our site are HTTPS. All the stuff served on our site is HTTPS. So we don't get that little connection not secure message in your browser. Got the cache setup done. Got done. Got the script cleanup done. Got the inline CSS done. So that's all fine and good. And now we're looking at plugin cleanup, and this is the big one. This is a big one. Is image optimization.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, pressing all the images down, creating WebP versions of those images and everything, and then serving those on the site. It's currently set up so that if there is a WebP version of the image, it'll get served. But if not, then it'll just serve, JPEG or PNG or whatever. So
Fun little thing about the image
give you an idea.
compression. Yeah.
What?
I think you're about to say what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Okay, so one thing about the image compression is that it's 130,000 pictures total has to, okay? Because, or so, roughly. Okay, there's basically 20,000 images as it stands, but then there are 5 thumbnails of those images. So that number gets multiplied by, in terms of images that need to be compressed down and served and everything at any given time. And so the image compressor has to go through all 130,000 what are technically do its thing, and so basically it's going to take around 2 days of this thing just straight running to get through it all. Yeah.
Exciting.
Nice.
So that's currently where we stand.
So to optimize all the video, all the images, it's gonna take 2 days to do it all. So that'll be fun.
Yep. Fun little
Yes.
tidbit. Leave it to the Tech for Thought guys to upload the largest image to the site.
Also,
What was the numbers there? Like 1.5
Yeah, the thumbnail
megabytes?
for the iPhone review was 1.2 megabytes.
And what's the average
It
image?
was
Like
much
300?
larger than anything else on the site. Huh?
300 kilobytes
Yeah,
is
it's
the
now
next
down to
largest?
300 kilobytes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is still one of the largest compressed images on the site. But do what you gotta do.
also leave it to you guys to fully kill the site. Well done.
Anytime.
Wait,
Just
what?
let me know when.
So this doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much been my life, what I've been enveloped in, and still moving forward. So anyway, gonna just move right along into the standard housekeeping stuff and everything. Our main site is, of course, cultureofgaming.com. There you can find the latest gaming news, reviews, opinion pieces, editorials, guides, etc. So head on over there for some sweet gaming content. We have 2 Facebook pages, one for the main site and one for the Power Up Podcast. The first Facebook page for the site is facebook.com/thecod network and facebook.com/Power Up Podcast for the podcast. All right, and then Twitter at the COD Network,
Yep.
Instagram at Culture of Gaming, twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming, and youtube.com/Culture of Gaming. Furthermore, you can also find the repository of all the previously recorded podcasts on anywhere you can get podcasts, and also the video repository of all the podcasts on YouTube. So whether you listen through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, etc., You can also watch the video versions on our YouTube channel, which is once again youtube.com/cultureofgaming. All right, let's see. Kind of running into the news. As you know, we're still kind of playing around with the format of the podcast and everything. So, running into the news. The first news story today. It's kind of self-explanatory, just based off headline. Fallout 76 bug from the latest update makes NPCs perma loot dead player body.
Nice. I would
Love it.
expect no less.
So if you die in an NPC encounter, the NPCs start looting your bodies, and there's no way to get that loot back.
I love it.
So good. So good.
The struggle continues.
Die in the game, you die in real life.
So Matt, Matt, let's start with you. The people complaining about this should probably never play Eve, right?
Jesus, no. To give an idea, in Eve, you fly around your ship, right? Your ship can be lost at any moment, and anything inside that ship is practically gone. There's pretty much no way to retrieve it. It's like, to me, this is like standard life. If you die, you lose your stuff. And it's just funny that it's made to a more mainstream game. How much of Fallout 76 have they fixed exactly? Because I have not kept track of that since launch.
I couldn't tell you.
Look,
I kind of want to watch some videos now, but
right? But it's like I don't trust Bethesda's engine enough to be able to run a multiplayer game efficiently.
So I don't think they've really fixed
It must be
anything.
pretty janky.
Okay.
Yeah, probably pretty janky.
I don't think they've fixed anything with Fallout 76. I think they've only added
Band-aids.
Yeah, basically, and more content to it to try and band-aid.
Yeah,
it. So
that was the issue.
Whatever the heck the battle royale mode's called that is so unpopular, it's crazy.
Does that exist still?
It has a
Yes,
battle
still
royale
exists.
mode.
Yeah.
They had like a battle royale style thing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I think
everything
that-
needs a battle royale.
I think I saw Shreyer
Apparently.
play some.
Yeah, so they've just
That's-
been patching stuff with more content, I guess you could say.
It's
So-
the Wastelanders.
Yeah, there you go.
update,
Don't look at that broken stuff. Look at this new shiny stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they added
Yeah, pretty much.
NPCs. So you go to a bar or something, and
Yeah.
there's NPCs are there. So,
Hmm.
I can believe it, but it's perma. Perma loot is such a weird term.
It's I don't know what you would actually call it, but yeah, that's funny though. I love it. I saw someone comment yeah, the NPCs are just doing what we've been doing to them for years, and they're getting their revenge.
Yeah.
They're fighting
Right.
back.
It's about time.
Taste
Yeah.
your own medicine. Taste your own
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
I mean, if you die, you lose all of your loot.
You
That's
don't necessarily always, right? It's unlucky, I guess, if an NPC happens to
I
go by.
think I'm not sure if they take everything, but I do know that whatever they do take is just you're kind of
Yeah,
gone. It's kind of gone.
Basically.
Oh.
It'd be pretty cool if there was say the NPCs did this and they just did it for every person. They just take their stuff and whatever, and eventually it just collects up in a vault. And one point somebody could do a huge mission and break into said vault and just get out all the stuff.
That'd be a
pretty
smart
fun.
way to kind of deal with the resolution of this bug.
That'd be pretty fun.
Or alternatively, you should have introduced the quote unquote bug as a feat, and then just make
Exactly.
it now the NPCs is letting every evolving fight against the NPCs.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that this was happening in Fallout 4 beforehand, already was a known bug or something.
Oh, is that an engine?
Was it?
bug
Okay,
then?
Yeah,
I never heard of it. It would have to be then.
I could be wrong, but maybe I thought that this was already an issue.
I'd believe that's an engine bug at that point.
Because you can't really die and get looted, I guess, in the Fallout 4, but maybe they were looting other dead bodies or something.
Maybe, yeah. I think that was also an issue in Fallout 3 as well. Sometimes I personally have that issue. Sometimes when you die.
Just some of your inventory just disappears.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, weird. Okay.
And it's
Interesting.
where did 500 gold go, or bottle caps go, whatever they're called?
To the void.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's also an issue like that with Oblivion as well. I could be wrong, but I think they patched that very quickly. As soon as when the game first
Engine
came
problem.
out. Yeah.
Changed my mind.
When the game first came out, people were sometimes dying and then having 4 million gold or like having no gold, and it was like a currency issue. So, yeah,
Interesting.
but they did patch that pretty quick, I believe. Pretty funny. Good old Bethesda.
Yeah, this is just saying it's like, oh, Bethesda, you and yen. It's like,
Yeah.
of course, this might as well happen.
Yeah.
I see, because you can't kill these NPCs, so you can't loot them back.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that's the issue.
nice.
Nice.
Is that the issue?
Nice.
Like, it's just
Well-
a type of NPC that loots you that you can't kill?
Well, yeah, because I guess like they all have like the ability to loot, right? But you can't.
Well, yeah, it's like in Bethesda, some NPCs are what are the game refers to as essential NPCs, and they can't be killed.
You're just downed, so they can't actually be looted to get it back.
Yeah.
What the? Okay.
Is there any way you can pit pocket them for the loot back?
That's what
This-
I was thinking, but
No. I'll bet you what they're gonna do is like introduce a feature whereby you can go to them and like buy your loot back, probably. So they'll just keep the
Fuck,
bug in
criminal
there,
scum.
and just be like, "I want my loot back. Here's 500 gold." I wouldn't be
That'd be
surprised
rough.
if they did that. Yeah, that'd be funny.
That'd be like replacing a ship after you've lost it in Eve, Matt. Kind of.
Kind of. It's more like buying back like what's left of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with your ships in Eve, like there's each of your piece in your inventory as well as your modules have like a 50% chance of drop.
Right,
It's like
those
a flip of
drop.
a coin. And
Or
so
those
it's
might
like whoever kills you has the opportunity to loot your stuff. So it's just basically trying to buy it back from them at that point.
Yeah.
But the
Sure.
ship itself is pretty much gone.
Yeah, ship itself is
Remember,
dead.
ships are
D-E-D
ammunition.
dead.
DED dead.
Yep.
True fact.
Yep. All right.
Eve is so much of a better game. Changed my mind.
All right. So, I mean, outside of just like the usual, wow, Fallout 76 was really disappointing. It's a technical nightmare. It's also hilarious. Any other comments to add to this conversation? Can you tell it's been a
Can
slow
we get a
week in
new
gaming?
engine, please? Can we get a new engine, please?
I thought they did a new
Is
engine.
Elder
for
Scrolls
Supposedly for
76.
ES6. Supposedly
Oh,
for
sure.
ES6. We'll have
I was
a new
about to say,
engine.
doesn't Elder Scrolls 6 say it's going to have a new engine? That was
Uh,
gonna be my comment.
I mean, it should probably, right?
Hopefully.
There should have been a new engine 10 years ago.
isn't Elder Scrolls still the same engine that was used in Morrowind?
Yep.
All the way back
Oh
to
my
like,
goodness.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's been the same engine the
Wow.
entire time, right?
it's impressive, honestly.
That is pretty impressive, actually.
It is
yeah.
impressive and
It's
also mildly disappointing.
It's for Fallout also. That's the thing. It's the engine that runs Fallout and Elder Scrolls
all
also.
the above.
It's the same.
Right.
Yeah.
What about like Doom? No, I guess that's a different.
That uses
that
Unreal
uses
Engine.
an id engine.
Yeah, that's. It's
I thought they used Unreal 4 for.
Or no, it might use Unreal or something. I'm not sure.
I think it used Unreal 4 for at least Eternal.
I can't
I'm
even
Googling
hear
this.
what's happening.
Okay, Taylor.
Hear what's happening.
I would suggest you turn your camera off because that'll save. That'll save bandwidth.
I mean, my issue is the download right now, not necessarily the upload.
Well, you keep cutting out for us quite a bit as well, so that might help.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, that's right. id Text 7.
Oh,
Okay, so
I
it was
get
right.
what
It
they
uses
say.
the id engine. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Um.
For some reason, I thought it used
So-
UE4.
interesting.
So yeah. Oh, also ESO uses a different engine, also than obviously Skyrim and everything. So
Thank God. It's the best performing out of all of them.
It looks like Skyrim though, the engine that they use.
Yeah, 'cause
yeah, it
it's-
does.
To be fair, you don't have to like. It's not hard to make modern games look like PS2 games.
True that. Very true.
So sorry, I just had to look this up. It looks like they did get a new engine for whatchamacallit for Skyrim.
Really?
Yeah, comparatively to like
They
like
may call it something else, but
Fallout 3. Yeah, it's based off of the same one, I think, but
yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
that's-
just
that's the
they're
thing.
just adapted per game.
okay.
Sure.
I mean that's the true thing for game development engines iteratively and everything is that it's like they adapt the previous engine upwards and just kind of move up with it. That's what COD has done for years, by the way.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and Modern Warfare 2019 was the first time the engine saw any sort of significant overhaul since all the way back to COD 4. So,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if it's not broken, why fix it, but clearly this is broken.
They got a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
At some point, you just gotta start
that's
over.
their problem.
Exactly.
That's their problem.
I mean, I'm starting to kind of lose faith in Elder Scrolls 6 now, a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
Personally, I didn't like Skyrim, to be honest. Oblivion's better. I mean, I didn't not like Skyrim. I didn't like Skyrim as much as Oblivion. Put it that way.
It's okay. You don't have to
Fair
lie to
enough.
yourself.
You don't have to what?
You don't have to lie to everyone.
Okay, I need to go restart my router. I'll be right back.
I'll
be right back.
If you leave the Discord, it's all gonna be messed up.
It'll be messed up for like 5 minutes. It'll be okay.
All right. Who's gonna host it in the
Alrighty.
meantime?
It's fine. All right. Anyway, speaking of dying things.
Oh,
Look
no.
how Anthony's the only messed up one.
Damn it! Uh-oh.
Battlefield 5. Or
Oh,
V,
yes.
as the kids call it. Matt, you play some Battlefield 5, don't you?
No, I have no thing of Battlefield 5. To be fair, there's two reasons why I haven't. Well, one major reason. One of them being Battlefield 1 is a superior game, and two, upon release, Battlefield 5 had like no features in it. Like literally, you could like the main menu where you can scroll through all the different game modes. At least half of them were like grayed out because they were not available upon launch. And that's just something that's like, if you're not giving me a full game, I'm not playing the game.
Sure.
It's like you basically had like one or two modes about it, plus the campaign. But
Nah, that ain't right.
Battlefield campaigns haven't been too good as of recent.
Oh,
outside of
dear.
ones.
Yeah, I didn't play 5 at all. I enjoyed a bit of 1.
I think like 1 is it feels the best to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Just something about how the way they design the maps and like each weapon feels good. There's still like a couple balancing issues that I could, are pretty obvious. But outside of that, I enjoyed it all the time. Like when I run around with a shotgun in the trenches, it's amazing. And when I have a tank going by, I am genuinely terrified. Instead of like regular, like modern Battlefield games, I feel like tanks scroll by, I say, cool. My teammates will just, walk up and destroy the thing.
Yeah.
But like, and it also has the best of balance in terms of vehicle to player and terrain and all that. Like, I love Battlefield. What's the one we play all the time? Battlefield 4?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. It's like, I think that one's really good, but some of the vehicles in it are so unbalanced. Like the little bird is just the biggest pain in the world. If you get somebody who knows how to fly that, you basically can't kill them.
Yeah. You completely had it. Like as soon
And
as
you could get we would have a 5-man squad trying to get somebody down.
Yeah.
Like trying to get the little bird down. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, Ground War is very similar in Call of Duty, but I find Ground War to be worse than Battlefield.
Battlefield specializes in that exact mode.
It's bad. Like with Ground War, it's just like basically it's Battlefield's. I can't remember what they call it. It's their version of that, but it's
Capture the point kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but the maps are smaller, and you get lased anywhere you go. It's absolutely
That's the Call of Duty way, right?
Yeah. And it's like, how the hell did you shoot me like around a corner? Blah blah. This is funny.
Have you ever seen the movie Wanted?
Yeah.
No.
Just
It's
curve
bad.
the bullet.
Yeah.
It's a funny type of bad where it's like that weird cheesy. Like it's so
like B movie almost.
Yeah, it's like it has a weird charm to it, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah, the whole opening of that sequence with him is really weird. Oh, he's like getting all
It
hot.
is. It's so weird.
So weird.
The entire movie is weird, but I enjoy weird stuff though.
All right, so we did a little editorial. Yeah, you guys know what I'm trying to say.
Editorial.
Thank you, Lizing. When I said Battlefield 5 is dying, it's not dying, but that's Taylor's headline.
I mean,
because they came out and they talked about like what's coming next for
Oh,
Battlefield
sure.
5.
Yep.
Yeah.
They say what's coming after chapter 6, Into the Jungle, I guess is what the name is for this chapter.
oh no, the one that's currently still going on is Into the Jungle. Then
Right.
that chapter 6 is gonna be coming out soon.
Right. So Into the Jungle, oh yeah, chapter 5. Into the Jungle, April 29th. So they're saying they have one more new content thing drop for the summer. I don't think they give a date. And they
Sure.
just kind of talked about some of the weekly rewards and all this stuff. But yeah, it looks like Battlefield 5 is, like Taylor said, kind of on its way out, maybe?
So they've said that this is going to be the last update that they're doing for the game.
Oh, really? Okay, I couldn't find
Or
them saying it was the last one.
last major content update, or just last update period.
I think it's the last like chapter thing, like you know how they've done like chapters 1 through
Last
5.
major content update.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I think that this is going to be the last one. When did Battlefield 5 come out? Last year or the year before?
No, it was like 2008. At least 2008.
It was like
18.
I know. I want to.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
2018 sounds about right.
Interesting thing. As soon as Taylor left, the quality
Everything got better,
improved a lot.
Yeah, it did. Even, yeah,
A lot. Like, yeah.
yeah.
Because the bitrate for everybody else was real bad. Like, you guys kept like going really fuzzy and then coming back to clear.
I
and then-
blame Taylor.
I
It
mean,
was bad.
it was bad.
We're chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Taylor.
Don't come back,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5 available November 20th, 2018.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 years. About almost time if they can launch. Didn't Battlefield 4 launch was like pretty close to a launch with PS3 or PS4 and Xbox One?
Oh.
4?
Wait,
I think
wasn't it?
so.
Wasn't that?
4? No.
Wasn't
Battlefield
that
4 is a
Hardpoint or whatever it is? Hardline.
Battlefield
Maybe
4 is a much older game.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that one launched with PS4, or it was around that time, like PS4, Xbox.
I think
One
you're
launch.
thinking of Hardline or whatever, the cop one.
No.
Let's take a look. No, not Vietnam, not 2.
Battlefield 4
not
came
bad.
out in
Not bad company,
2013.
bad companies.
2013, okay.
So
Yeah,
it was around the time
Yep.
that
Battlefield 4 came out October 29, 2013. Battlefield Hardline came out March 17th, 2015.
Hardline, sure.
so roughly 2 years for a new game almost. So
Yeah, roughly. Yeah,
adds
at
up.
least between the main titles, like Battlefield 4 released 2013, Battlefield 1 was 2016, and 5 was 2018. I don't
Right.
count the spin-off Hardline. I don't know if you can consider Hardline a spin-off, but I don't consider it a main title.
No, Hardline. Did either of you play that?
No.
I think I played the beta or something.
Oh.
The image for this, I'm just gonna post this link for anybody in the comments who is taking a look. The box art for Hardline looks like it's a fan made one, like straight up. Like what the
Oh my
heck is that?
goodness. What happened?
It's so
Okay.
bad. I'm not saying like it just doesn't look like a Battlefield image.
Yeah,
I mean, they're trying to like
Oh.
just trying to be like cops. and
Taylor?
stuff. That's
oh
Yeah,
no,
yes.
not my.
It's me. I'm back.
My
Did
overlay.
everybody's quality dip? Did everybody's quality dip?
Not yet.
No, yeah, no. Taylor, why do you have to mess my new overlay?
Oh my god.
You should. Oh my god, you should have 2 separate
I
scenes.
did.
One for 3-man, one for 4-man.
I mean, true. That's actually a good idea.
I don't know how long I've suggested this.
You do it then.
No. I don't have
Okay.
any of the source images for it. Ask Sean.
I'm fixing it. It's all good. See,
Good.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Battlefield.
We were
5.
talking about Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5.
Okay,
Taylor,
yeah, so I don't know.
Tell
I
us
honestly
why it's
don't-
dying.
So this blog post I have linked in the doc and everything. If someone could throw that in chat, that'd be
Yeah.
great too. It's
Okay,
basically so chapter 5 came out earlier. Yeah, I'm sorry. Battlefield
damn it.
chapter 5, Battlefield 5 chapter 5 Into the Jungle came out earlier this
Same
year.
timing.
Everything, and this is kind of like this game's version of Seasons.
Welcome
and everything.
to the jungle.
And so that's going to come to an end on April 29th, and there's going to be one more content update for Battlefield 5 coming in the summer, and that'll be Chapter 6. And then the rest of this blog post is pretty much announcing like that'll be it for Battlefield 5.
Sure.
Like there won't be any like more major content updates or anything like that. Chapter 6 will be what's the matter?
I don't know.
Matt set me off. It's okay. Ignore me. He's laughing at my awesome
That's
work.
because I looked at the stream. I literally see him editing it in real time.
Look, what do you
Yeah, happens.
Why is your camera above the overlay? The overlay has clear boxes so you can put your image
doing
behind.
it. Shut up.
Whoa,
Whoa.
that's
Nice.
offensive.
Whoa,
Let's
whoa,
chill.
It's
Okay.
so good.
As he slowly lets out one tear.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa. Okay. Anyway, so so yeah, that's pretty much as I was saying. It's like that's gonna be the last content update for Battlefield 5. Will be the one in the summer. Okay, and then that'll be it. Which is kind of interesting. We consider that the best bearing we have on a new Battlefield game is going to be in 2021 and fall, nonetheless.
Nice.
So it's gonna be
2021.
delayed a little bit.
Like 3 years.
So it's probably gonna get delayed a little bit.
DICE is in Sweden, so I mean probably not. Sweden hasn't shut down.
They said in the blog post they're transitioning to work from home, and that could
Oh, okay.
that depends
Maybe.
on how easy they get everything set up.
Yeah. Okay, maybe then. But yeah, so it's like there's gonna be a year and a half of Battlefield 5 just kind of sitting down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good thing we still have Battlefield 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I intend on playing 4 until the next Battlefield game comes out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's modern again.
I mean, Vince.
Taylor, you played Battlefield 1 with us, correct?
Yes, but yeah,
Okay.
but I don't
I
play
just
it
didn't
regularly like I do 4. So
Vince
Anyway.
is supposed to be working with DICE for Battlefield, so that'll be interesting.
yes, Vince Zampella.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a good Battlefield.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Andrew, any vested interest in this?
No, I didn't play the last Battlefield really.
Okay.
So, I didn't play
Yeah.
5, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm curious to
played
see if
5 either.
yeah, I'm just curious to see if the next one is like a launch-ish title, like
That'd be
because of-
interesting.
Because 4
Yeah,
was
that'd
like
be-
that launch-ish title, so I could see
Yeah.
it like
Maybe,
coming
yeah.
around and doing that. I mean, if they could compete with they want to compete with Call of Duty most of the time, right? So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can see it happen.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Anything else to say about this? I will say it's like it is kind of weird just to have like this game sitting for a year and a half.
I mean, to be fair, it was
You're just sitting there anyway, right?
there was like
People
no proper hype for it, and it just the player
No.
base just never took off like any of the other Battlefields. Like I'm
No.
pretty confident Battlefield 1 and 4 still has more players than 5.
They do.
Don't know the
yeah.
statistics, but I bet on it.
Is that
No,
game
they
on
must- they must-
Steam at all or no?
No, I think it's only on
No.
Origin.
It's on
Okay,
Origin.
I wanted to see if there was a concurrent player list, but never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't get those numbers from EA, so kind of screwed here.
Nice.
Yeah,
No.
this Battlefield 5 was not anyone's favorite Battlefield, I don't think. Had major time to kill issues. It just wasn't very engaging.
Oh yeah.
It was only a marginal visual upgrade from Battlefield 1, which was also kind of disappointing. But yeah.
I think it looks
Battle-
really good though. Like I was looking at some of the
Battlefield
screenshots.
1 is a good look, and 5 are good looking games.
Yeah.
For
To be fair, Battlefield 4
FPSs,
still
they're
is,
pretty
too.
good.
Battlefield 4
Battlefield
still
4
is too.
still holds up really well.
Yeah.
But you have to admit, it was definitely an improve from 4 to 1.
Was
Yeah.
what's it called, Fire Zone or whatever it's called? What's it called? The
Oh, firewall or whatever. Yeah, I know. what you're
Yeah.
talking about. The
Battle Royale.
yeah. Yes.
Was that any good?
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
some people
nobody's
play
played
it.
that here.
Okay.
I completely forgot there was a Battlefield 5 Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same. I remember it being such a big deal when they before the game announced, but they didn't release it upon launch. Like so many other features that
Pretty sure
everybody
we
kind of
talked
forgot
about it releasing on the podcast too at some point. That seems like a big enough
Probably.
story that we would have had it. Yeah. All right. So
What's it called?
hence the
Irrelevant.
headline: Battlefield 5 dies. I mean, it's reaching end of life after the summer.
Firestorm.
So
Hey Taylor, you can't
Okay.
kill what's already dead.
Very true.
True.
All right. So, unless anyone else has any sort of comment to make, then just kind of
No.
moving along. Again, these are just kind of matter. I don't actually. This one might be pretty decent. For in terms of discussion. So this happened on like Wednesday or Thursday of this week. A major source code leak. We're talking like the entire source code for CS:GO and TF2 got leaked. And yeah, well, kind of chaos ensued. Nothing nefarious really became of it because it was for old builds of TF2 and CS:GO. I'm not exactly certain when the build for TF2 was, but I do know that the build for CS:GO was from around 2017 or so. And so, yeah, this made it out into the wild. And so the relevance of this is that people now have a sample of what the source code more or less looks like for CS:GO. Yes, there might be some changes here and there, but like the overall structure is going to be the same and everything, right? There's nothing going to be too majorly different from the source code in 2017 than from the source code now. And a few things. Well, one, the source code is actually very well organized considering parts of it were written in 2003. And two,
Yeah.
the problem is that people who want to develop cheat tools and everything, develop hacks for CS:GO and TF2, will have a much easier time doing so, as this makes it much easier to reverse engineer how the game works. So, yeah. And then there were also rumors of a remote code execution exploit that was found in the code, which basically means if someone were to, this would require this person able to send the packets to your computer, which doesn't happen typically in like if you're playing CS:GO and everything, because the server is the communicator and
Shouldn't
the
happen
server
in TF2 either for the main reasons if you play on
Yeah.
Valve servers.
Yeah, and the server basically validates all the info and says if it doesn't recognize something, then it just doesn't send it. It's a security thing, right? And so, but theoretically, with this remote code execution, someone could tell the server to send your computer something that you don't want on it, and then use whatever was sent to your computer to execute code that was written remotely. And there's all sorts of fun stuff someone can do with that. So, yeah, so the real threat in this lies if you play on a community server that maybe wants to exploit this.
Yep.
Nice.
However, that might have been a rumor. I'm not sure how accurate the remote code execution was, because Valve on when people were kind of like upset about it and be like, oh man, what should we do? Should we stop playing CS:GO? Should we stop playing TF2? Valve said, we have reviewed the leaked code and believe it to be reposting of a limited CS:GO engine code depot released to partners in late 2017 and originally leaked in 2018. From this review, we have not found any reason for players to be alarmed or avoid the current builds. As always, playing on the official servers is recommended for greatest security, and we will continue to investigate this situation and will update news outlets and players if we find anything to prove otherwise. In the meantime, if anyone has more information about the leak, the Valve security page describes how best to report that information.
Nice.
So, yeah, Valve said, essentially said, no, we didn't find a remote code issue.
Oh.
Yep.
So
the major concern that popped up because of that is because TF2 had a source code leak a long time ago, if I remember correctly, and there was large issues with RCE bugs popping up and that causing issues for people. So that was a major concern once again when people found out there was another source code leak.
Sure.
Okay.
That was the first question that popped up among a lot of discussion boards.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, Valorant hasn't had their source code leak, Andrew. You know, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Not yet.
No.
One of my favorite parts about this leak is that like people would send like little snippets and whatnot, and it would just be like the -- like comments from developers, and some of them were like absolutely hilarious. Some of them were like broken, please fix later, and some were like, how does this work? What does this do? Some people were like, why does this code exist? It's a duplicate. And it's the funniest thing because most of it's well organized, but there are sections of it that are just complete messes.
Yeah.
As standard per coding.
Which happens in any code base, right? And especially with a decentralized work environment like you do at Valve and everything, then yeah, this is prone to happen more.
It's
Yeah.
honestly impressive that CS:GO still works after all this time.
Yeah, honestly. So Source 2 update when, right?
It's honestly,
Honestly,
impressive CSGO still has players. It's such a bad game.
Oh.
it is the most played game on Steam.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then again, Fortnite was the most played game in the world, but that doesn't make it good either.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, but
That's a bit of a logical fallacy there.
Matt,
fair enough. But as you could say, the player base for Fortnite has been ever so declining, as whereas CS:GO has been increasing steadily and has actually broken over 1 million concurrent players within the past month.
Okay.
Wow.
It just
I
got
mean,
nothing
actually,
better to do.
they are really, I'm not sure if they're close or have broken the record yet for most concurrent players across any game on Steam at any point.
it's all those bots. It's like bot.
No,
Bot
they did it.
Clarence,
Yeah,
but-
They
It's
did
all
like a lot of
Bob.
localization in Asia,
farming,
and it
Yeah.
just
farming
boosted
knife
the player
skins.
base. Right though.
Knife. Those knife
That's
skin
pretty much
farmers.
whenever whenever a case drops, that's all you'll see in DM servers is just bots spinning in place or whatnot, because they're just there to farm the cases.
So Apex uses easy anti-cheat. I just remembered that.
Easy.
Easy anti-cheat. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that made sense. No, wait, that made sense. I remember seeing like the little like easy anti-cheat is like a logo. It has a
I
panda
remember
for a
that,
logo,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
I remember seeing the panda now. Okay,
Mm.
yeah, got it. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that was the conversation earlier.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice. Those
Alright.
didn't bother me all day. Those didn't bother me all day. Thank you.
as standard, people shouldn't be worried, when playing on Valve servers. There's no issues there. Even with like FaCe or ESEA, there shouldn't be issues there either, ideally. It's more
Right.
concerns of community servers, but you should be wary about community servers
Sure.
anyways, because those can get a little weird. Because they do download stuff to your computer.
So the source of this leak, it looks like there's this one, dare I say, influencer, content creator out there named he goes Valve News Network. Check out his YouTube channel and everything. He's probably the media outlet, so to speak, with by far the best connection and relationship with Valve out of everyone out there. And so basically, back in 2016 or 2017, Valve readily handed over the parts of the code that were leaked and everything under some conditions and everything. And I forget for what purpose exactly. I think it was something content related for Valve News Network. But Valve gave the VNN guy and a couple other people closely related to him, kind of within his little circle, access to this code base and everything. And apparently, one of the people in the circle had a falling out with VNN. And so to get revenge, so to speak, or he
Malicious intent.
with malicious intent, leaked the source code on the other day.
And props to VNN, he's been very compliant with trying to talk to Valve about everything that's going on. He's been very open with everything that's going on. So you gotta respect a man who's willing to do that much, saying, yeah, that I know what's going on. I'm willing to shoulder the blame, but still get the info out of what's going on.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good job.
So yeah. So speaking of code leaks and everything, if I'm not trying to intentionally dump on Valorant or anything, but if the
No,
source
you
code,
are.
You are.
no,
You
if the
are.
source code happens to leak for the anti-cheat that Valorant uses, do you know how
We're all
screwed
done.
people? Yeah, do you know how
I'm
screwed
just
people
gonna
will be?
burn my PC.
Pretty much. Yeah.
because your kernel's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what that means, but I want my kernel. Don't take my kernel.
Yes, please do not take the car. So okay,
Accurate.
so PCs have various operating kernels and everything throughout each layer. They're like reigns or so. Reign
Sure.
0 is the base layer, and that's basically like admin access everywhere on the PC. This
Got
is
it.
the operating system. Okay, and
And
so
Think of a kernel more like a key, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I get at a base level, there's you don't want to give too much access to that unless you
Yeah.
really need to, right? Yeah.
right,
and,
exactly.
like,
And
the
so it's like the
kernels-
Valorant anti-cheat. It gets you onto range 0, and
Right.
so range 0 is it's like you can delete system 32 if you want from range 0. All the bad
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah.
That's interesting because if it's such a wild, intrusive, I don't know if it's actually intrusive, but if it's all these computer
by
cafe,
definition it is intrusive.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
all these these cafes or whatever I forgot what they're called. the like
Internet cafes.
Yes, thank you.
Cafes, yeah.
Yeah, like in like wherever, like are gonna all have
Taiwan,
are all gonna have this like gnarly like not easily access, but like potentially like harmful things now. It's crazy.
Risk factor, I guess, is the best term to use in that, I guess.
Yeah, and so I don't know. That's just something to keep in mind. You know, it's just like source code leaks do happen, and I mean, if it did happen for the anti-cheat, we'd kind of be screwed here.
Yeah, but is this a big now? So is this like a really big deal that the CS source like code is leaked, or is it just kind of?
No,
It's a fun story, but it's not really a big deal. I don't think. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, it's easier for hackers to deal with the make hacks for the game, but I think. But yeah, so Valve has been doing something with a little different with their anti-cheat because they don't like intrusive anti-cheats like Valorant. They're more, as of the time at least, what they're reporting to do is train AIs to be able to detect what a player is doing and detect them hacking that way. The main the main source of that is they introduced a feature known as Overwatch, where you can watch player submitted reports, and you can see if they're cheating or not just by pretty much the eye test. Pretty much.
Eye test, right?
Like, are they bunny hopping insanely? Are they viewing people through walls? Are they
Spinbot is very obvious.
Spinbot, yeah. So like Spinbot's one of the easiest ones that the AI's picked up as of the time, because it's pretty much almost all of them have been Spinbots because the AI is detected like that's a flag, we need to review it.
Mm-hmm.
And their goal is eventually to get to the point where it could detect stuff like that in real time, but as the moment it's more been just doing it off of player reports.
Got it.
So,
Yeah, the end goal, as Matt alluded to, the end goal is going to be like real-time banning, like you see in Rainbow Six and everything, right?
Mhm.
Be funny.
And that's just more based on more like an eye test, I guess, because it's almost like 99% of the time you could tell they're hacking just by looking at it.
Yeah. Sure.
There are some people who are insane at hiding it. I'll give them that. But it's like aim hacks, blatant viewing people through walls, spin bots. Like those are easy eye tests.
What's a spin bot?
Okay, so spinbot is a really insane thing. Basically, your character model is looking straight at the ground, and spinning constantly.
What's the point of that?
So it has a 360-degree view of everything going on within a tick. So imagine like instead of like your screen point of view, it's the entire game's point of view.
And if somebody enters that point of view, you snap to it and shoot them.
Not even that. It's like if they enter anywhere within a line of sight at any given angle, it's an aimbot that immediately detects them and fires upon them.
But it's obvious.
That's what I just said, wasn't it?
They literally stare at the ground and spin in a circle, and then they randomly flick up and kill people and look back down and spin.
That's weird, but kind of funny.
It's hilarious.
It's such a creative hack. It's hilarious. I might be misjudging, but that's my assumption of it. But it's one of the funniest hacks in the world. Just from a viewer point.
Yeah. It's super obvious. It makes everything convenient also to see if you're doing an Overwatch case in CSGO. It's like if he starts off looking at the ground and just starts going ham, then obviously it's like, I'm skipping the rest of this.
It makes it really easy to report. 5 seconds, you're done.
Yeah.
And it's been one of the most popular hacks in CSGO like ever, just because it's apparently like super easy to set up.
That makes sense.
Remember that guy in Siege who he was like a pro and then he got banned because he was so good? Like he was too good that people thought that it was like hacking. I don't know if you've heard about this guy.
Well, I mean, there have been several cases of like that in CSGO.
Yeah. But he was so good that nobody could beat him. And then I think they banned him off the tour because somebody put in like a fake report about him, and then they went with like that report even though it wasn't true.
I can believe it. I mean, CSGO kind of had a similar case with a player by the name of Rops. So one of the most popular third-party server hosts is Faceit Pro League, or Faceit in general. And their highest tier is the FPL, where a lot of the pro players play and all that. And there was this player by the name of Rops that like was so insane. He was basically a nobody to a star in like overnight apparently. And he was so insane that people started reporting him, and he was just straight up banned from Faceit. And he emailed them like, "Hey guys, I'm not cheating. Like I I will come and show you in your offices what I do. And they said, all right, we're gonna do the land test. You're gonna come to our offices, play on our stuff, and you're gonna do what you do. He said, okay, I'll do it. He did. He went there, showed him how insane he was, got unbanned, and was then like a month or two later signed to a team.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
It was the
That's
biggest
insane.
case of put up or shut up ever.
It was
Yeah.
really hilarious. There was another case of that. Somebody else did that, but Rops is one of the most popular ever.
That
Because
was
he's just such an insane player.
That was similar to the CS:GO guy. Like, he got reported by another pro, and
Or
then
the Rainbow Six guy.
Rainbow. Yeah. What did I say?
You
said
said
the
CSGO.
CS:GO guy.
Oh, yeah, Rainbow Six guy. He got reported by another pro, and then like they banned him immediately, and then he sent them all his data because there's a way of them like verifying, you know, how quickly they're. I think he was mashing his like left mouse button too quickly for it to detect that it was like cheating. So because he was mashing it so quickly, they thought that he was actually cheating. So
Interesting.
anyway, he went and
I
like
can see that.
he went and demoed what he did, and they still didn't unban him, and then they unbanned him like 3 months later, but he was banned from like the tour, in a sense, whatever tour it is that they participate on,
Sure.
like Rainbow Six tour.
The Rainbow Six International, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he came back,
It's the Pro League. The Pro
Yeah.
circuit.
Yeah, Pro League, my bad.
and the guy who
Internationals like that.
reported him, he went up
Yeah.
against the guy who reported him, and he absolutely slaughtered him like straight away. Like,
I believe it.
It was so good. It was funny.
Put up or shut up.
Exactly. So yeah, pretty funny.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you know, it's generally best practices not to leak your code base. Kind of.
I don't know.
I guess. Yeah. Have just not do it, and life will be pretty good for you.
Life will be daijoubu.
Yes, exactly. So, moving right along, the last kind of news piece is yet concerning Bethesda, yet again, this time more specifically its software. Now, if you've ever jammed out to the soundtrack for Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal, which I'm sure many people have, I
Mhm.
certainly have, autoplay video, why? Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Well, the composer by some of the legendary sounds of the more recent Doom games is Mick Gordon, an Australian with a guitar fetish.
Exactly.
That's one way to put it.
All good
Yeah.
music comes from Australia. No, not really.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
True.
Mick Gordon said that he is considering probably not returning to working with Bethesda and id Software, the developers of the two most recent Doom games, after they completely botched the Doom Eternal soundtrack release. Now, this soundtrack is different than the one heard in the game, and so I'm just going to read from the article a little bit here from GameSpot. Doom Eternal soundtrack did not launch alongside the game in March. It was delayed and it only just released the week of April 20th. Fans who bought the collector's edition can now listen to the music, but it's been discovered that something is not quite right with it. Twitter user That AC/DC Guy, who I would take, just off that name alone, I would take the opinion of, right? AC/DC? He might know his thing, I don't know.
No way.
Outlined all the issues with the soundtrack in a Twitter thread, but the long and short of it is that the mix of the released soundtrack is not what it should be. The instruments are all fighting each other, and thus the mix sounds very poor as a result, the user said. And once again, this is a different mix than the music heard in-game. And then the game's composer, Mick Gordon, says on Twitter that someone else mixed the majority of the soundtrack song. Gordon only mixed a few of them, Meat Hook, Command and Control, and just a couple others of the more than 24 songs on the original soundtrack. This is all a big shame because Gordon's heavy metal music is a defining feature of Doom Eternal. For those who want to listen to the OST at home or the gym, they're left with a subpar experience, and that's too bad. The official Doom Discord channel recently posted an update in response to the Doom Eternal OST drama, telling members that it's, quote, absolutely understandable, end quote, that people are upset about the soundtrack. However, the moderators urge people to, quote, remain civil, end quote, and stay, quote, stay within reasonable boundaries of healthy debate, end quote, yet again. The Doom Eternal OST will be available for everyone on digital channels and streaming services in the coming weeks. So, yeah.
Yeah, and there's been like I believe they went back and actually like released Mick Gordon's version, right?
Not yet, no.
But I know there's like there's comparisons between his mixes and the quote unquote finished versions of some of the soundtracks, and the difference is pretty damn noticeable.
Yeah.
I'd believe it.
I
Yeah, like-
listened to it, but
I will say,
It's-
I don't know. Most people don't know how to do mixing nowadays. Like, if you ever listen to a modern metal album, it's suffered. The
Yeah.
phenomenon is referred to as, I think, the loudness war or something like that, where everything is just completely tuned to be louder than everything else, or tries to be. So
Mhm.
that's been kind of
Yeah,
a
that's one
prominent
of my
issue.
biggest complaints about modern music. It's like some of it just like it's out of whack. Like one of the best examples of, I mean, obviously, is the Eagles soundtracks. If you ever listen to the Eagles or any of their original stuff, it's so well engineered. It's insane, especially their lossless version of Hotel California. It's like
The
that's,
audiophile benchmark
I
that
mean-
refuses to die.
That's not modern music though, really. Like it's like
no, but it's like you could tell like the transition, but it's like over the years you could see kind of the degradation of the
Yeah,
quality
sure,
of
sure.
mixing.
sure. Yeah, like that's why I don't like a whole heap of like metal bands or whatever. There's only like one or two that I like.
Okay.
Because it just sounds like it gives you a headache, to be honest. Like it's just so assaulting on the ears that it's just like, yeah. I was gonna use a different term, but I won't say that. So it's like I don't listen to metal as a whole, but I do listen to some stuff, but only from certain bands because the rest of it is just like garbage, to be honest.
Okay. All right, Andrew, what crappy music are you into?
Me? Oh man, I love all bad music.
Classical.
Yeah.
No, I don't have preference as long as it's not country. I listen to everything.
Come
I've been really
on.
listening.
Okay.
I've been really into my album of the year is Rammstein.
Nice.
2000
Okay.
Their 2019 album. I think it's just called Rammstein, or it's called Deutschland. I don't care. I mean, it's one of the two.
Sure.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's good. I'm a big fan of that one.
Country
Okay.
music isn't that bad. Come on, some of it's good.
It's
pretty
not,
bad.
but it's. This is a whole topic we don't need to do, but it's like I feel like they're parodying themselves without actually knowing they're parodying themselves, and it's just like weird.
So like, I'm kind of indifferent about country music. Like my mom and my dad love it, so it's like especially the older stuff is a lot better. But the more modern stuff, if you don't listen to it like that often, you can't really tell the difference between some artists because it's all just kind of the general same like rhythm. They kind of almost all sound the same to an extent.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's what I've noticed when I've been down here. So my parents are both like huge country music fans and everything, and for the past
Notice how he says it wider so they can't hear it.
no, for the past 22 days, I've been over at their house, and it's just like they've had it playing out in the living room or whatever off Apple Music from the Apple TV that's transmitted to like the receiver and everything, and it's just like I swear I've heard this song again, but it's a different song. Or it's like, it's just like, I get the sense it all sounds the same, and it's so depressing too. Some of the stuff is just like
Some of it, yeah.
yeah, some of it's just
Some
like
of it,
really
yeah.
just like constantly depressing. It's like okay,
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like older country and like older
Okay.
singers as well, like older country singers, like Alan Jackson or like Trace Adkins are also good as well. But like this,
Sure.
the young like country rock stuff is all crap.
okay.
Like it's all just bad.
Like how modern rap is crap.
True.
We're just
Opinions,
putting so
right?
many things on blast right now. I love it.
When
Um,
don't we?
I know.
I did want to bring this up. I was looking up Mick Gordon. Apparently, he's talking about making the Mick Gordon cut.
Ooh,
That's
I
good.
would.
I would listen
I'd be
to it.
fine with it.
same.
I would get it
Um,
instead of the
I
original
don't think
soundtrack.
it's an official one. I think it seems like he might be doing something like on his own.
The,
I would listen to it.
the
But I
thing
don't know.
about like
That's just sort of some random like
the
website.
thing about Mick is that he's probably one of if not the most popular like music composer in gaming now. Like
Yeah.
Really?
just because
Ever
ju-
since
like, if you-
Doom 2016, yeah.
pretty much like can you name any other music composer outside of maybe the
Marty
Halo
O'Donnell.
guy?
Who did he
Oh,
do?
damn it. You qualified it.
Outside the Halo composer,
Oh, sure.
which was Marty O'Donnell.
Hans Zimmer.
Does he do
Does
video
he-
games? I know he does.
does
He
he do
composed
scores?
MW2 soundtrack.
That's
Oh,
one.
okay, that wasn't
Yeah.
too good to be honest.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
it's one of those things like he's so popular and so intrinsically tied to Doom at this point that it was rather a huge slap in the face to the fan base
Yeah.
when this like happened, because like they realized like wow, this mix is really terrible, and they Mick said it's terrible because I didn't mix it, and he's like everybody was like, what do you mean you didn't mix it? It's like this is your music, like that's you're essentially the the rage
You're the main
behind
man.
Doom at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the main man. Yeah. So what probably happened is like, I'm sure Mick is probably a pretty
Time
busy
crunch.
guy. No, I'm sure Mick is probably a pretty busy guy. So it's like, maybe he couldn't schedule like the final mixing sessions for the soundtrack after the game was released because he's doing whatever else.
There's no official word on exactly what happened, but my theory is just that he was taking his time with it, because this is his life, like that's his work,
Sure,
and that's his pride. This is probably will be one of the biggest things will ever do, and he wants to take his time to perfect it. And they're like, no, we have a deadline, we need to be
exactly.
we're just gonna give it to somebody else, which is apparently not an uncommon thing when it comes to mixing music in games. Like there'll be a person who writes it, then they'll send it off to somebody to master it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's what I assume happened.
Yeah,
it was just taking too long, and they didn't want to wait anymore because they had it was released with what, like the Masters Edition or whatever. And
something like that.
So
yeah.
it wasn't even released when the game came out. It was released like 5 days ago, and if you had the collector's edition or whatever, you got it when it came out.
Because I think,
but
that's
or you got it on April 20th when it came out.
Yeah,
not when the game came out. Yeah.
The odds are it was probably like, this is taking too long. We need to get it to our fans. It's like, let's just get somebody who could finish it real quick. That's that's my assumption of what happened.
Okay.
Because it would have probably been like another month or two before it came out, probably. Which, to be fair, I would wait for it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, anybody would really like.
Doom Eternal soundtrack is great. I love it.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And like, I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter.
Okay, all right.
It's frustrating kind of, because like you would listen to all this stuff and they've come in and kind of gotten greedy, and then it's turned out bad. So it's not very nice.
Well, as mentioned, this kind of left such a bad taste in Mitt's mouth that he is considering not working with id Software again for a future project.
And he's worked on like most of their games. Like,
yeah,
I was looking it up. Like every single one of their games, he's been the composer for.
Yeah, because he's really good at
or
making
not composer,
but music writer and engineer, pretty much.
Yeah.
Lead music designer, I guess.
I mean, he's played a lot of the instruments for it too. Also,
yeah,
like he plays the main guitar for everything in Doom.
If you haven't seen the video of the metal choir they had for Doom Eternal, it's a pretty cool video.
Back in 2016, for the Game Developers Conference, he did this talk about kind of like the thought process behind Doom 2016 soundtrack, and because that was still hot off the presses at the time, and it's kind of fascinating stuff, just kind of like how he went about it and everything.
Wasn't he given like the challenge? Go ahead. I think you're about to say it.
I was just saying, it's like, my favorite part is when he realized it's like he kind of needed to be self-parodying, because so he was given the original design document for the soundtrack given to him by id Software was no guitar. And
for
so,
Doom?
for Doom 2016. The original design document was no guitar, because they thought the whole like electric guitar had gotten so generic and so like gamery and everything at that point that they just didn't want to hear it. And so he did some really like fascinating stuff with manipulating sine waves, throwing basically machinery through audio processing, playing around with all that and everything. And then he, on one demo track that he sent in, he snuck a guitar in there, and he manipulated the hell out of it, and it actually got approved by id Software. That demo track got approved, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna keep sneaking the guitar in, and then eventually the secret was out, and then that's when you get all the guitar blending and everything. So with like the chainsaw, everything.
That's really when it took off.
Yeah.
I'll have to look this up. That's neat.
So if you
it was hilarious.
If you've seen the this is a song from 2016 as well, like the BFG division, I think it's called. It's one of the songs. you see like how he's played all different instruments and like mixed it and stuff. It's quite interesting, like the music video for it. It's very like the song is so fantastic, but it's so basic, like the way, like the guitar and stuff that he's done. It's absolutely basic as, but it sounds amazing. So
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly.
Exactly.
True fact.
All right, so I guess we'll see what the future holds for any future Doom title. Did this just soft confirm another Doom title? Like,
Pretty much.
okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like I
yeah.
think so. It's
Okay.
one of those things like, even if they did get somebody else to write the music for the let's Doom 3, I'll call it for now.
Yeah.
If they got somebody else to write it, I don't doubt that it would sound good, but it just won't be the same.
Okay.
It won't be anywhere like it, I don't reckon.
Yeah, it's just not going to be the same, and everybody knows it.
Like, Doom is kind of like half of Doom is kind of the soundtrack. Like,
Oh yeah,
Without-
that's what gives you the rage.
exactly.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
without the soundtrack, it's like, this is not very good. Or like, this
Play
is like
Doom with the music off. I dare you.
exactly. It's not good. Like, okay, it's good, but it's not the same experience. Like, it's just it takes like half of it away. So it's sad to see him go if he does leave.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up the news segment, and I guess we have an ad to place, so we're gonna take a quick break while
we
the
do.
ad rolls. Okay.
Yes. We'll be right back. This week's episode of the Power Up podcast is brought to you by OptiNutra. OptiNutra offers nootropic type supplements that help support enhanced sleep, vision, flexibility, energy, long-range health, and so much more. You can check out their full range of supplements using the link in this episode's description.
All right, and we are back after that short little ad break. I don't know what you guys listened to. What is it, like some vitamin supplements or whatever?
I like how we don't even know what our sponsor is.
I
mean,
do.
I don't.
This is
Anthony
so
does.
professional.
I don't. Anthony does.
You're the host.
Exactly.
I've been disconnected for 21 days.
Oh, sure. Sure.
What's the
could
Tet for Thought
ask.
motto, Matt? Professionally unprofessional. That's what I thought.
Yes.
This isn't tech for thought.
True. Okay.
Take over. I mean, 50%.
Yeah.
Hostile takeover.
Hostile takeover. Okay.
True.
All right. Anyway, so with that and everything,
Can we switch
we're-
the side to a tech for thought side for April 1st
maybe.
next year?
Right.
I was like, okay, I'll
like a
look
bit
into
wide.
it in another 350 days. Okay.
330, I'll have you know.
335. Thank you.
Oh dear.
Yeah. All right. I'll consider that. Anyway, so as we've been playing around with the last segment here is going to be what we call the water cooler conversation. Why is Chrome painting me? Okay. Anyway, the water cooler conversation, where we're trying to go through the discussions that have been kind of generating some buzz around the metaphorical COG office, and by office I mean our Slack channels. Anyway, the first topic is the Xbox Series X is supposedly going to be delayed and the announcement will come on Monday.
So this is like a bit of a rumor that's going around a couple of different channels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the end of like the rumor. It's just basically it's going to be delayed until what is it?
It's going to be delayed from holiday 2020
yeah.
to early 2021.
I don't know how you guys say stuff for game releases. Ours is completely different, but anyway.
Okay.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours is seasonal. So I don't think this is going to happen, to be honest. And here's why. If they do that, they're going to put themselves behind Sony, because Sony said that they're not canceling. They're just going to roll back like production and kind of cut back.
Yeah, we
on,
talked
like,
about that on
Yeah.
the podcast, I think last week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sony said that they're not going to obviously cancel their console. They're just going to cut back on like production. And if Microsoft does this, they're going to end up like a few months behind Sony. And some people who want a new console day one and who may have been thinking about Series X will probably go with PS5 at that point. So, and I don't really see the need to kind of delay either, because like, not that coronavirus is getting better, but it's kind of like easing back in some countries. Like, we haven't had new cases here for quite some time now, like to the extent of what we've been having them. Like, we've only had 1 or 2 a day. It's getting better in the US in some states.
Taiwan, where TSMC, which is the big chip manufacturer for AMD, who's going to be, powering these next consoles, they're in Taiwan. They haven't seen any sort of slowdown because of coronavirus, so.
To be fair, they responded very quick about it.
Yes, Taiwan handled it quite well, all things considered.
So did who was the other one who like got you to install an app and stuff?
South Korea.
That wasn't South Korea. It was a different country.
Iceland.
What?
No, I'm serious. Iceland had people install an app.
Oh, okay. I think it was like Malaysia or
South...
somewhere.
I know South Korea like monitored where people went and said, "Hey, this sick person went here," and like put them on blast, pretty much.
But
there was a lot of talk.
No,
about
legit
that.
publicly shamed them.
Hey, that's what we're doing. That's what we're about to do. It's a little bit late there, PM dude, but that's what we're gonna do. Like sentinel testing, I think it's called. Whereby
that's about as Big Brother as a name that
I know,
heard.
Right? Basically, everybody installs an app on their phone, and if your Bluetooth signal has been in contact with someone who may have been exposed to coronavirus, you get sent a notification, and you are forced to get tested. You don't have a choice. You have to go and get tested.
What happens if you don't get tested?
You get either fined or arrested.
A very stern talking to. Oh, okay. Jesus. Okay,
Good
Australia.
afternoon, sir. Please come to jail with us.
Okay, Australia. But yeah, I don't know. This so one of our staff members seemed very, very certain that this was going to be a thing, and put incredible reliance on the source that told him this.
Did he publish an article about it, or like?
No, we so I will say that we vetoed the article publishing because we don't want to, publish such a big thing, and then A, have it be wrong if it doesn't turn out, but 2, only quote an anonymous source from it.
Yeah, it kind of kills your whole credibility if you like quoting anonymous sources. And CNN has kind of been down that route a little bit. Not to go into details, but they've been like shut down so many times over like anonymous sources and blah blah blah. So we don't really want to go down that route if possible, / route, however you pronounce it. So yeah.
I think it makes sense if they delay it. I mean, like, what's even gonna come out for it and for the new consoles, right? Like, what games are gonna come out?
I know Halo Infinite.
Well, but I mean, like, with all the delays going on.
It's gonna be a Halo Infinite machine for a year and a half, like the Switch was a Zelda machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the delays going on, it's like the consoles probably don't even need to come out, right? I don't even demand as even.
Yeah, that's not a good point, right? So it's like, I know it's like, in theory it makes like super good sense to target the holiday season, right? With all the things that just transpired over the past 2 months roughly or so, then it's just like, how are people going to be feeling during the holidays? They might not have the surplus cash that companies might be banking on. So
that, and like if there's no games that can come with it or whatever, or like stores are still slowly reopening to like buy the games at.
I mean,
it's like
I kind of understand that argument, but also at the same time, like, what did Xbox One launch with?
Well, right, yeah, I mean, nothing good, but that's how everything is, right? Like PS4 launched with pretty much knack.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Like,
and Killzone, I think, and that was it.
Yeah, and like those were pretty like mediocre games, I feel like.
Yeah.
So.
They were only okay.
For and that was like for a good 6 months as well until stuff started coming out. So I feel like they could probably get away with it, like if they launched with like Halo and also Forza, maybe. Sure. Like what is it now? Forza 8 or whatever.
Yeah, maybe
Jesus.
Motorsport 8.
Yeah, they could
Yeah.
probably get away with it. Forza 7 was great, by the way. That, yeah, like, I don't think games releasing is going to be an issue, to be honest, because consoles usually launch slow.
I think it
Sure.
really depends on where the
Depends
games
on the
might
console.
catch in their development cycle and everything. Because it's
Mm.
very easy to do software development from home and everything. Like people have, if you get into, real software engineering, I'm not saying game development isn't real software engineering, but it's like when you really get into the software engineering field, work your way up to like a senior software engineer.
Yeah.
It's very common for them to be working from home.
Sure.
And so,
yeah.
it's like code development from home has been a tried and true practice in the industry for years, even before it was kind of mandatory now. And so, if the bulk of the game is just like, okay, well, it's just a technical level programming things, most of the creative work is done, then it's doable without much delay, if any.
Sure.
So,
But like, how much is like they don't let every person take the code home to work on, right? Like not like they would at the office.
kind of.
I mean, do you think like the companies
There's-
trust them not to leak everything?
Yeah, the same way. So it's like the thing is, it's like it's all through. The most common way is like they just push new branches through a Git that they set up on
Mhm.
a GitHub.
So, yeah.
Like my work, I work in a bank and I deal with clients' information all the time. I just VPN into the network.
And
It just
it's probably
depends on the
also a
workplace.
job-by-job basis. Like,
Right. Yeah.
rather than working on the whole project, you get sent like a task every day and you work on that only, like that task only for that day.
Depends.
If you have any game developers listening, you could send us let us know
Like
how
the
it
art
works out.
team can easily work from home. That's not an
Yeah.
issue. And
I mean,
I
it's
think-
like in terms of producing art, easily, yes, the art team easily could, but the big thing is like it's significantly more like it's beneficial, and I've heard this from people in the industry. It's beneficial to have like an art team actively collaborating with each other in person, tossing ideas around for stuff, as opposed to working from home.
I also
Yeah.
think it could also, like with coronavirus, I think the main issues that they're going to run into, this is similar with The Last of Us as well, The Last of Us 2. QA testing was like one of the main things that they couldn't do.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And also, what was the other? There was one other thing that they couldn't do in development while people were like stuck at home. I can't remember what it was. So yeah, I think they're probably going to be the only issues that we're going to run into, mainly like
Okay.
QA testing and also that other thing which I can't remember what it was, but whatever. So everything else can usually be done at home, and that's like some of the like dev videos that you see from like Japan and whatever. A lot of people take work home. Like if they're
Yeah.
sick or whatever, they just get it sent home, and it's totally fine. As long as they've got a powerful enough machine. So it seems to be like something that happens in the industry a lot anyway. So.
I'd imagine so.
All right. So, I don't know. Let's try to do a final conclusion. Will the Xbox One X be delayed? Yes or no, Andrew?
No. Sorry.
I said Andrew.
Apologies.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
You're on the
Ooh.
side of yes.
Interesting.
Matt.
You know what? I'll give in to the anonymous source. Yes.
Okay.
I'm just going off nothing.
Okay.
Anthony, I know your opinion.
No.
Okay. I think.
I honestly don't think it'll get delayed.
So why did you say yeah? Okay.
What did you say?
Just to
Okay.
give basis to the anonymous source. I wouldn't put my trust in somebody I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
I
following
will.
my heart, not my mind.
Okay. So,
Okay.
logic.
I am of the mindset. I am of the mindset that it will not be delayed. So I don't know. We'll see. Supposedly, if the source is correct, then the announcement is on Monday. So we'll see then.
See what happens. Yeah.
Andrew, you might have the
Want us to
biggest
be
"I told
right.
you so" on Monday.
We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if it got delayed, obviously, but I understand why
Right.
it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I would be happy or unhappy. I guess I would just be like, well, that sucks. But yeah.
I think my main basis is PS5 isn't getting delayed, so why would Xbox?
PS5 hasn't. Sony hasn't even said anything about PS5, so like, it's not gonna get delayed because like they haven't said anything.
Yeah,
They can
true.
they can just not say more. Like
They've-
like.
Yeah, they never had a
They
start.
could say less.
They've pushed
Yeah,
a release
exactly.
date though, haven't they?
Well,
No.
they didn't ever put a release date out there.
Oh, okay.
It's just like holiday 2020.
Okay, cool.
Well,
I
that's the
guess
same with
it-
the Xbox.
2020,
That's the
I
same
guess
with the Xbox,
2020 is
though,
such
isn't
a large area.
Right, yeah. They have a general like release
Yeah,
window,
yeah.
I suppose, but not a date.
But I mean, I guess with the Xbox, they're delaying it outside of that window, so
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the.
that
that
would.
would make sense.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if it would make sense, but I don't know how well that would go for them. Like
Yeah.
delaying to like spring of next year or whatever.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll see what happens.
Do the Nintendo strat and do a March release.
Yeah.
Right though.
You
Okay.
gotta
I
do
mean,
June for
March is like
E3.
Hasn't
became like a
failed them
pretty
yet.
big video game time lately.
Yeah, that's because you gotta get those last minute releases for the quarterly earnings.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, all right. Anyway, imagine February 14th, Xbox Series X release date just completely ruin everybody's Valentine's Day plans. Just
Accurate.
Oh my goodness.
oh,
I'm the type
Microsoft.
of-
Okay.
I'm the type of relationship where I just go out and buy it.
Okay.
To be fair, we saw Deadpool for Valentine's one day or 1 year. That was fun.
Nice.
Was
Okay.
it like released that day? And I said, "Yeah, we're gonna go watch that this year."
No Sonic this time.
No. I regret not actually seeing that in theaters. We watched, like in our little front group, we watched that after it came out sometime, like on DVD and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was actually really good.
That's pretty
It was
decent.
decent. Yeah, it was pretty decent.
Like it just like in proper Sonic fashion, it did not take itself seriously.
That's good.
They had the Sonic meme in there, the really crude drawing of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
They
was
were
the
very, very
funniest thing.
self-aware with all the memes. It was
Were there
great.
chili
Like,
dogs involved at all?
I believe
Yes.
there were, yeah.
yes.
Oh, wow,
But it was
okay.
like more of like a nod at something instead of like being
That's-
like
yeah.
a constant thing.
That's their like the cartoon. He like ate chili
Yeah.
dogs all day.
As Nerd Away can say, surprisingly good. I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was it was
It was decent.
everything I
Ah.
hoped for out of a Sonic movie. And like
Which wasn't much.
which wasn't much, but like Sonic felt like Sonic, where he's
Yeah.
you know kind of he acts like a child because he is a child,
Mm.
and he just like doesn't he just kind of a snobby, you know, doesn't take anything seriously type of guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you
And
guys
it came across pretty well.
Did you guys see the like pre-finished product like intro bit at all? Like with
No.
his old model?
No.
It looks so bad.
I don't
looks
doubt it looks
so
bad.
Yeah, that was really
Well,
bad.
I'm still convinced that was just a marketing stunt.
100%.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I'm 100% convinced that was a
He
marketing stunt.
flossed, as Ned Awaken says, he flossed though 0 out of 10.
True.
Yeah, there's this one time where Sonic. Oh,
He did it twice, didn't he?
Speaking of Fortnite, did I see that like concert event they had earlier this week? Or
I
whatever?
didn't watch it, but
No,
yeah,
I
it seemed
never heard
pretty.
I heard
Oh,
about it. It was all the
pretty cool.
rage.
Sean.
Yeah, it was another one.
It was what was
Uh,
who was it? I forgot who it was.
This one was Travis Scott, and then I remember the
Travis Scott.
other one was Marshmallow.
Yeah, this one I saw like a just a small like 10-second video. It's very impressive how they do this stuff. I have to give it up. He was like Travis Scott like has an in-game model, and he was like gigantic, like freaking like 100 stories tall, and like
Oh,
just
wow.
rapping and stuff like yeah, it looked cool. I mean like I don't know. I think they debuted
Okay.
a new song with like Kid Cudi, so that's cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's how you say that name. Okay.
He looked, apparently Call of Duty is going to be doing like events similar to Fortnite as well.
Like
Yeah.
not like
Yeah,
concerts,
yeah.
though.
But,
Really?
like, I think it's, no. I'm
Oh.
agreeing with you. So yeah, not
Oh.
like concerts and whatever, but I think they mean like the cutscene kind of stuff, like how,
Oh,
like the
sure.
in-game events.
Yeah, they're probably gonna shake it up soon. I feel like the map's been the same entire time,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah,
feel like they're gonna do something weird.
so.
I don't know, there's something definitely said being pull on like a real time in game event like that or whatever. You know, it's like or like a concert or whatever. You know, Fortnite's kind of gone unmatched in the space.
They have so much money.
Eve does it decently well, but that's all kind of confined into the realms of Eve. It's not like you really have a celebrity or anyone going into Eve and doing something necessarily as a big event.
It's not necessarily like it's not necessarily cutscenes in Eve as well. It's more like it just you see certain things pan out.
Yeah.
Like there have been several things that happened in game that
Mm.
nobody knew ever happened. Like there was There was like inside the game, there's these stations, NPC stations, where that drop loot for players to get. And turns out one day there was a battle between one NPC faction and another one at that station, and they were and it just escalated to the point where they were dropping capitals on each other, and it was the funniest thing.
And nobody saw it though.
Nobody saw it. Nobody knew. The game's literally had to talk about it and went, "Oh, our AIs did this last night, and nobody saw it happen."
Yeah.
It was literally just this game panned out where NPCs went to war pretty much, or battled it out.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, so that was a side note there. Anyway, so moving along through the other water cooler topics, right? So last week I think we also talked about Jason Schreyer leaving Kotaku, Schreyer, and well, he announced his new port, and he is going to be writing. No, he is going to be writing for the tech team at Bloomberg. And that is the same Bloomberg, yes, the one that you're thinking of. Yeah, Bloomberg, fairly large. Primarily started as a business media outlet, but kind of expanded into more general news. They still have very deep roots in the financial sector, though, with stuff. Anyway, so the tech section from Bloomberg, the most okay, I'm actually mildly upset at this still. The most relevant thing the tech section at Bloomberg has ever done was in, I think it was roughly October 2018 or so, when they did that big exclusive blow the lid off story about the tiny Chinese microchip that was supposedly implanted in a majority of servers in the US that was spying on you. It was never followed up upon. Nothing ever became of it. It was eventually debunked as being almost entirely fake.
By who?
By third parties trying to verify, not only trying to verify it, but also by hardware analysts who were testing the logic of the graphics supplied and everything by Bloomberg. So stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
And so it's that entire story was proven to be almost entirely fake, and that was the biggest thing they've ever done.
Nice.
All right.
Good job.
So it's I don't know. I'm sure it's a pretty sweet gig, right? But I mean,
if you can get anybody to head up your tech thing, that's the guy to do it, right? So
true.
I suppose so.
I mean,
that's true.
Has he ever written tech content though before?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
So it's I know it's they brought him on because they want to expand video game coverage in their tech section, but so
that would be the reason then.
Yeah, it might not be
Sure.
explicit. He's not gonna be writing about computers or something like that now. All of a sudden.
No.
So he'll still be doing gaming stuff. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
So, any thoughts about this?
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Good for him to get away from a that network, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, and then the last topic here is I don't know that much about it. Mainstream media hates Animal Crossing. Why? Do they?
So
This is an article on the site, but.
Oh, okay.
So
lucky.
I think it's.
Can I have a footnotes version of this article?
I think
it's
Mark
just
notes.
It's a fun article that Liz put out, just kind of people critiquing Animal Crossing and her. I don't know. It's a fun read, to be honest.
I know that there was a one of those PETA or what the equivalent had that huge field day with it.
I guess.
I forget what it was, but it's pretty funny. Oh well.
All right. Let's see.
But yeah, it's just basically some of the bigger hits that are critiquing Animal Crossing. I was gonna say give it a read. It's on culturegaming.com. It's fun.
What?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, I was about to say I can't find it. Where is it?
Blathers
on
is
the
public
front
enemy number one. Oh my! I love the picture she has in here.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job at all the Animal Crossing stuff she puts out is very good.
The vegan guide. Okay.
Too many
This
birds.
is pretty good. I like this.
Yeah, it's good. Check it out.
He's a good writer.
Definitely fun.
Okay,
we actually
so...
got a few. Wait, where is it? There it is. N4G, really? We had some funny comments on the N4G article that we posted. One guy was saying they hate it because it's got something to do with China or something.
It's always that.
Okay.
That's pretty
It's
funny.
always China. It's always China.
Always China.
Yeah, it's always China.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see if I can find the article here. Mainstream media doesn't like it because China doesn't like it. It is bizarre how much influence China has in our media. Hope people are finally waking up to it. I doubt it. The younger generation doesn't realize yet. If it wasn't for the outbreak, it wouldn't have been so obvious. Though, blah blah blah. Mainstream media is known for its deep philosophical thought and objective reporting of facts. ? I play games to avoid trash like that.
Okay.
I love it.
People are angry
Yeah.
over
That's
what
that's just a very satirical comment, but it's really funny.
Okay.
So people don't like China and mainstream media, I guess.
All right.
Checks
And the
out.
mainstream media doesn't like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Full circle.
God, how is like Animal Crossing getting more like I don't hate from mainstream media than Doom is?
Than Doom.
I don't think it's
I
actually
know.
They
Okay.
released the same day. They just kind of actually mixed up which one it was.
Okay.
Look at
Also,
that.
one of them is selling like crazy, and the other one is like
That
just
image
fine,
though is
but-
pretty funny. I
Okay.
just linked it.
Which
Wow. Okay.
wasn't both their sales like really good?
I
Yeah,
know that
they're-
like Animal Crossing is like that best-selling Nintendo game for the Switch, I think. So
I wouldn't be surprised
so,
on that, but
yeah.
I know Doom Eternal sold like mad though.
probably too.
Animal Crossing did really well week 1 or something, and then they had a really bad week where their
Okay.
numbers plummeted, and then they like stabilized, and now they're doing quite well as well, I believe.
Okay.
Animal
Yeah.
Crossing is awful because Tom Nook is a crook, according to Ned Awakens.
There is straight up a literal crook that comes to the island now. He like sells you
Seriously?
like counterfeit paintings and stuff. Okay, so apparently this has been in some of the other games,
Oh!
but like this guy like has like a sketchy boat he drives up on and like will sell you counterfeit paintings. and
What?
stuff.
Not,
Yeah, dude.
not the Pelican,
What?
dude.
You have my attention.
And like
Oh
you
my
have to
God.
like if you buy a bad one, you try to sell it to like or give it to Blathers, the guy who runs the museum. He's like, "Oh, this is a fake. Sorry, dude." And like you can like red. Thank you. You can like zoom in on like I saw a picture of like a Mona Lisa and like the Mona Lisa is like
He's awful
scowling,
too.
like angry eyebrows and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice this was a fake. And,
Ah,
like, you
it's-
the closer you look at it,
He's
like,
a fox too.
yeah, he's like
Yeah,
a-
I was gonna say that's the guy with
Yeah.
like those straight down like eyes, right?
yeah, the very beady eye got
Yeah.
like little fox.
It's funny as.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
so-
Well, I think I need to get this game.
It's
And when I
it's
get
okay.
back, I need to get
Oh,
like
no. Oh,
Animal
that's
Crossing,
annoying.
Final Fantasy 7, and Persona 5.
I
Yeah.
thought that was an ad then for Peter. Oh gosh. On the side.
No, I thought that too actually when looking at it.
Let's see what ad pops up for me on the site.
I'm getting
Oh,
one
no.
for Bit Defender.
He was in the OG
And
game, did
Honey.
the same thing with the paintings. Ah,
Nice.
He was in the OG game. Okay, interesting. Taylor, play Persona 5 Royale.
I'm going to when I get back.
Taylor, play Call of Duty.
I
Just play
can't.
Modern Warfare, Taylor.
I can't.
Play Modern Warfare. Come on, Taylor.
I can't.
I know
I'm
you
getting
can.
Best Buy ads.
I'm getting
Seems
ads in
about right.
Spanish.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
God, I hate this whole like location based on your internet as opposed to the region you say it is
spoiler alert.
on
it's okay.
everywhere. Like,
Are there articles translated for you as well?
No,
That'd be pretty
No.
funny.
no, we don't.
Just Google Translate.
Oh, we've got another article on Red. How to get Jolly Red in the museum art wing. Oh gosh.
oh, okay,
you go,
interesting.
That is an
Uh,
article. I'll
that's
just
a
link
guide
that
that went up.
real quick
Okay.
for anybody who's
yeah, we got a
interested.
little how to.
Hmm. That is by Oscar.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
Easy writers. Hmm.
All right, cool.
Interesting.
So I think that'll wrap up the water driller discussion. Are we doing games releasing or no?
Let
Are
me
there
have
any
a look.
games releasing?
I don't.
Well, I
think
bought a
so.
game that came out yesterday, so
What was
Oh
that?
really?
yeah, I bought XCOM
Oh,
Chimera Squad.
Oh, I saw a few things around that. Okay.
I might stream it tomorrow. We'll see.
April.
I gotta at least fire it up tonight and see what it's
Chimera
like.
Squad. Yeah.
The line playing through tomorrow. So
Okay.
yeah, I might stream that tomorrow actually. So we'll see. That or
Yeah.
maybe some Valorant. I'm not sure yet what I want to stream.
There's a couple of games coming out. So we have on April 28th, Sakura Wars, I think, which is coming to PS4.
Oh.
Huh?
Hey,
Is
I-
that
Taylor,
what
Yeah, I'm curious as well, to be honest.
I think it's a
It
charity
is.
game, Taylor.
It is a charity game, 100%.
Oh no.
Okay.
Did you just plug a bad thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
It's not for the general
It's
audience.
not child friendly, put it that way. We also have SnowRunner, which is going to be PC, PS4, Xbox One on April 28th as well. Moving Out is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on
that game was
April 28th. I thought that was already out, but maybe
They
Probably
showed it a
moving out
lot, but
soon.
they haven't
sure.
actually.
Okay.
Gears Tactics is coming to PC on April 28th. Legends of Runeterra is coming to PC and mobile on April 30th. And Streets of Rage 4 is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on April 30th as well.
Hell yeah, I'm excited for that too.
Let me just see. Oh, okay, we can go to the 3rd. Yeah, okay, that's it for this week.
Okay.
First game.
All right, there's some little nuggets of good games coming out. I'm
A
excited.
little something or another. If you aren't
Yeah.
wrapped up in Persona
There's a
5
good
or Final
range.
Fantasy 7 or Animal Crossing, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I
Which
will
I'm
Dude,
say-
not-
everyone's being Doom Eternal at this point.
I haven't touched it.
I will say on May 5th, Someday Your Return is also coming to PC, and that's it for like the next 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I won't ask
Yeah.
again.
Wow.
Uh,
That is nothing.
I
That
know,
is some
it's so slow. It's crazy. It's almost like there's a
Hey, what's the-
pandemic going on.
It's
the- what's
almost
the
as
next-
if it's not the season.
What's like the next big game I'm looking forward to? I think Ghost of Tsushima is next up on the list.
It's sushi.
Ghost of Sushi, okay.
It's Ghost of Sushi. Come on now.
Ghost of Suzuki.
That is... oh my... Okay. We're talking about that later, okay.
Can't wait for Last of Us
Okay.
2 in 2035. Yeah, accurate.
though?
At this
It
point,
opens.
right?
Oh, I will
Okay.
plug this as well.
Oh no.
It better be
Callum.
Tech for Thought.
No.
Yeah.
Callum, one of the guys off the site who's like an editor / whatever, had a chat to Greg Males? I don't know. He's one of the Rare studio directors. He used to be, I believe. I haven't read the interview, but it looks quite interesting. That was published 6 hours ago, apparently. I will link it in the chat for those who want to check it out. Went through like...
Can we get a ban on Nerd Awakens real quick?
No.
What do you say?
Spamming, subscribe to him on YouTube.
Oh.
So
Speaking of which, subscribe to Tech for Thought.
it talks about like Sea of Thieves and some of the other like small sports games and Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country and Viva Pinata and blah blah blah. So interesting interview to check out if you want to check it out. It's up on the site. It's like the second article on the site at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah,
Awesome.
very long
So
article.
Very nice.
Yes.
go check those out then.
True.
All right. So,
Chills.
Matt, where can people find you on Twitter?
On Twitter, you could find me at Filmed by G-Man, where I occasionally tweet things, more in responses to mess with people, like
Nice.
Taylor. And that's where you can find me on Twitter. You could also find me and Taylor on Tech for Thought, Culture of Gaming's affiliate YouTube channel, where you can find all the most recent tech news and thoughts there whenever we post stuff.
Can we get a ban on Matt real quick? No.
I will spam this all I want.
No.
Until
Okay,
somebody
Andrew, where can
deletes
good
it.
people find you?
Right, yeah, you can find me Twitter, Instagram, Duronsky, DRONSKI. I'm gonna be streaming a little bit randomly, so Twitch as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Anthony.
I'm at SameAtMan19. I do not tweet hardly. I haven't really been doing the social media stuff either because we have a couple of other guys who are taking care of that now. So I am like working on SEO stuff and yeah. Were you trying to say something, Taylor? Or
I was yawning. Sorry.
oh, you had your hand up as well. So I mean, yeah, like if you contact any or if you like jump onto the site social media or the community Discord, you can get in contact with me if you wish to. So.
Okay. Yawning is evidently contagious. All right. So
Yes, it
Uh,
is.
You can find me on Twitter at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. It's mostly just anime stuff, so if you're at all interested in that, go ahead and follow me there.
Dude, whenever I check out one of your tweets on Twitter, all the like recommended stuff like from your thing is nothing
Yeah.
but like SAO anime stuff, like straight up.
Okay, yep, on brand, as Andrew said. On brand.
On brand.
Yeah, on brand. All right, so yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week, same time, same place.
Have a good
Have
one.
a good night, everyone.
Bye bye.